The operator of a C.T.A. train that hit and killed a woman last month has been fired. The woman had climbed down to the tracks to retrieve her dropped cell phone.
New video shows the operator appeared distracted right before it happened. WGN's Tom Negevin here now with that video and also reaction from the woman's family.
Yeah, you know, Joe and Lourdes, they're obviously inconsolable. Nothing will change that, but they're also relieved that the video does answer some of their questions about the final moments of Felon Smith's life. The operator is seen looking away from the tracks for about 12 seconds before the June 27th accident. He appears to be smiling, laughing, waving to someone as he passes by.
Piecing people up.
37-year-old Felon Smith had dropped her phone on the tracks at the 69th Street station and climbed down to retrieve it when she was hit.
I'm grateful that the video has been dropped. As I told everybody, I'm grateful because it gives us answers on what actually happened in the last 18 seconds of her life. It wasn't just, like I said, my sister Felon getting down to get a phone off the platform. It was a lot of things that could have prevented her from dying on the platform.
A lot of decisions could have been made.
Relatives still point to a security guard they allege did too little, and to commuters who in some cases filmed from their phones instead of lending a hand. The C.T.A. released a statement along with the video saying the driver's termination followed a thorough investigation.
Whenever things go bad, you kind of want to blame somebody. So now they're blaming the driver, they're blaming the people watching, everybody but the person that you love.
And that his actions do not reflect the majority of the hardworking men and women of the C.T.A. Quote, C.T.A. found that the train operator violated guidelines regarding train operations, including attention to duty. Felon Smith, a single mom, left behind 3 children, 13, 15, and 18.
To see the conductor actually having fun and hanging out of a window and riding to and waving peace to ongoing traffic. 6-foot-tall bombshell standing on the platform. It would be hard to miss.
Now, what the video doesn't tell us, of course, is whether the operator could have stopped the train in time no matter what had happened. The C.T.A. is not identifying him by name. He'd been a rail operator since 2006 with no previous safety violations.
As we discuss these decisions, like always, we're not blaming the victim. We're just trying to see what other decisions could have been made by the parties involved. Speaking of the lady, the victim, what decisions could have been made differently?
I feel like she could have just left the phone where it was. Was it really that important to risk something that you could replace where you can't replace your life? The kids can't get a mother replaced to them. It's consequences in everything that you do. So she felt like she had it and she could grab that phone. As you could see, it was fatal.
And that's one decision for her to get on the track, put her life at risk to get the phone. And I'm not judging it, but it's looking at the consequences. It's like, I drive my phone. Of course, we all know our cell phones are valuable to us. For her to get down on the track and get the phone, it's like weighing out the consequences. To be present in that moment and think, what's the worst thing that could happen if I do this?
I agree.
Everything starts with a goal, and you think about what's her overall goal was to get home. Obviously, while she's on the train track, to get home. That's your goal. Now the situation happened where I dropped my phone. Now what's my goal? Overall goal is to still get home, but now it's to also retrieve my phone. And so that's the thing. Sometimes in life, that situation happens. We have to stay focused on our overall goal. We're driving the car to go home. This police stop us. Remember, the overall goal was to get home. So I won't let this situation stop me from getting home. It's just to go back to weighing the consequences, to make a mindful decision. So yes, I want to get my phone. And the first natural reaction is to reach down and get your phone, but to have that mindful awareness of what's the worst thing that could happen in this situation. If I perform this act right now, what's the worst thing that could happen? In terms of the C.T.A. operator, what decisions do you think he could have made differently?
For him to be working there for so long, he knows the safety regulations, and he knows that not only for himself, but as far as people around him. I felt he didn't take his job very seriously that day. And in the line of work that he does, he has to constantly think safe. Now he has to be stuck with that for the rest of his life.
Like I said, what's the worst thing that could happen if I'm not paying attention to my goal? And like I said, everything starts with the goal. His goal is to operate the train safely. Another situation happened. Look, I see this person I know. I want to stunt, show the peace sign, just having fun. Sometimes we could get comfortable in what we're doing, get relaxed, and forget about the consequences.
When he woke up that morning, he never thought that by the end of the day, he would have been taking someone's life.
Yeah, now you bring in pain to your life. He have to live with the fact that he killed this woman. That's a good point. That's why I say mindful decisions. If he's acting mindfully while he's doing his job, he's thinking about, if I don't do this correctly, not only am I going to cause pain in my life, I might take somebody else's life and the people that you're going to impact. We're looking at the virtues, and we understand that we have to have a balance of virtues. You can have too much of one virtue or too little of virtue. In terms of the victim, what virtue you think could have been balanced and why? The virtue of optimism.
Optimism is having a positive outlook on life and a belief that the most favorable outcome will occur in any given situation. It involves looking at the bright side of events and conditions and expecting the best possible results.
Okay, so optimism. Why would you say that?
Because she didn't think about the consequence of the train coming and she dying.
That's a good way to put it. You're looking at the bright side, like I could get my phone, get up without nothing happening. That's the best outcome. Also looking at the worst. So it's that balance of optimism and pessimism. Again, we're not blaming the victim. We're just focusing on the decisions.
Right.
In terms of the man, what virtues could have been displayed?
The virtue of detachment.
Detachment is the act of separating or disconnecting from something that is attached or connected. It can also be the state of being emotionally detached from something or someone.
I can see detachment also, but it's detachment from the people, from the distractions. Responsibility, understanding your responsibility. I think there was an imbalance of that. And also thoughtfulness for the people that you're responsible for.
Had dropped her phone on the tracks at the 69th Street station.
Situation like this ever arrive in your life, you know what actions to take to minimize that unnecessary pain that no one feels but you.